Hello everyone, this is Carol from Practical Mystic, and today I am continuing my series on the day of the month that you are born on. Today we are going to discuss the meaning, the vibrational tone, and the aspects for those of you who are born on the 14th day. Appreciate your patience, friends. I know this is been a little bit of a wait for me to continue on these series. So here we go. I'm making sure you can get a screenshot of this information. So let's begin with all planets, and I do want to clarify that for some people who have been questioning what I'm meaning by that. I'm talking about the traditional Western planets as well as the esoteric planets. So for the number 14, we are looking at Mercury, Venus, and the Sun. The astrological signs are Gemini and Virgo. The elements are air and earth. The energy is yin yang. What I mean by that is masculine, feminine. It is energetic, it is receptive. And the challenge that I discuss at the end of each of these videos is going to be a number 3 for those born on the 14th day. Now please note, all double-digit day of births add emphasis to the life path number. Whatever it is, there's a greater emphasis. Also here, we are now talking about the second number in a day of birth that is considered to be a karmic number. So 14-5 is considered a karmic number, and the key words is abuse of freedom. Hopefully I will explain that in this video as we move forward. So this number combination withholds great power and potential. How that power is used and for what purpose is the key to working through the challenges and lessons this individual usually encounters. It's important to know through what means have you obtained your freedom, and you can step back and think about that for a minute. For those of you who are born on the 14th day or maybe know someone that has this number, there are indications that in previous lifetimes a great amount of importance was placed on physical possessions and pleasures experienced through the 5 senses. Here's the lesson. Learning modification, using your natural abilities of quick and accurate assessment to see your thought patterns and behaviors. A 14-5 day, that should be, I apologize, a birth on any month is a number vibration of 4, which indicates structure and form. That number 4 is working through the consciousness of the number 1, which is individuality, that must find balance in its creative process that one can sustain, and one can sustain over time. So keeping that balance in their creativity is important. Often the individual finds it difficult to stay on task or maintain a continued interest in people, places, and things. The 5 energies gives the individual many positive qualities, one being how versatile they can be in mind and body. Once they set their minds to do or acquire something, they apply their multifaceted skills to achieve it. Most enjoy conversing and sharing ideas with others. They have knowledge about many subjects and current topics of interest. Areas of difficulty arise when they are limited in some way that are important to them, or what they believe is necessary to do or have in order to feel a sense of enjoyment, aliveness, and contempt. Now, that was a mouthful, I know, but they do not like to be limited. Their freedom to explore, their freedom to experience things that make them feel alive, that they do like a stimulus, and they feel contempt happy when these needs that they perceive are fulfilled in them. The 14-5 usually likes to travel and go on explorations. Some find it hard to sit still for long periods of time. Activity, and especially exercise, can help take away feelings of anxiety. Now, I also put in parentheses, if those of you who are versed in astrology, look to see where Mercury is in the chart and the aspects that it makes. Also, if many planets are in the 5th house, this could add a tendency to take chances and enjoy gambling. The dual nature of the number, along with other factors, leads some numerologists to caution the individual on overdoing any activity that may become addictive in nature. On the positive side to this dual nature is the benefits and abilities to have the analytical mind, and one that can be prophetic and wise. To truly understand the energy of this number vibration, we need to look at the corresponding planets and related properties. And what I'm referencing here, friends, is looking at Mercury, Venus, and also other numbers that you have that make up your complete date of birth, as well, again, of that life path number, what it is. So the number 1 relates to the sun in this instance. It also can relate to another planet, but for here, number 1 is the sun. This brings to the individual an aura of an air of lightness, friendliness, and childlike curiosity and likableness. You can't help but like a 14-5 individual. If they have many ones, it adds to this ability. The manner of speech is entertaining and often filled with fascinating tidbits that delight the senses. It also brings luck and opportunity to do things over again, kind of get a second chance, a second crack at it if you didn't get it right the first time, especially if the planet Mercury is retrograde in the birth chart. That's another thing to look at. Now, the number 4 also has properties of both air and earth, and corresponds, of course, to earth and more readily to the sign Virgo. This gives the individual organization skills, and they must guard, I put here a -1 energy that comes into play against perfectionism. Virgo and Earth want the form to make changes geared towards improvement. That's nature for the Virgo and the Earth tendency. This is through the process of purification. Now, in parentheses is the karmic lesson attached. Part of the karmic lesson is to purify self first of detrimental lifestyle behaviors, reflecting back to the possibilities of overstimulating the 5 senses and becoming addicted to anything. Addictions are not always to drugs and alcohol. Addictions could be to TV watching, purchasing, eating, things of that nature. We go on to say that their vision and goals are humanitarian in nature. With additional number 4s in the date of birth, this adds a sense to be of service to others and use the skills, the gifts that they are endowed with to help other people. The combined energies of 1 and 4 create the additional vibration of number 5. We always call this a 14-5 vibration, which corresponds to the planet Mercury and is ruler of both the signs that it represents, Gemini and Virgo. So you can see how saturated this energy is. Gemini being the air sign, Virgo being the earth sign. For this reason and others, the planet Mercury holds great importance. The individual must balance strong urges in areas of the 5 senses. Mercury is the intellectual urge, and many born with this day of birth are highly intelligent and have an ability to facilitate areas of the mind that are prophetic in nature. They are here this lifetime to progress by means of self-reflection, investigation, and usefulness of a well-disciplined and balanced mind. And I can't emphasize that enough. With healthy boundaries and a willingness to understand their personal drives and motives, they are destined to succeed. Adjustments are something that they may have to continue to do as they travel the path of personal growth. Now we're going to come to some occupations. Teachers, writers, musical writers, dancers, travel guides, doctors, nurses, technicians, actors, entertainers, and pharmacists. You can see that there is a sense of change and versatility in all of these occupations so that they don't become bored easily. All right, the challenge that I have alluded to here, going back to the first page, and the challenge is given by taking the higher number, 4, and subtracting it from the lesser. Of course, 4 minus 1 is 3. So the 3 challenge is not to scatter the energies within each of the 3 numbers respectively. That's number 1, 4, and 5. You don't want to scatter the corresponding energies, vibrations, qualities of that energy. The number 4 is working to produce something tangible and workable for the individual. Emphasis is to build stability in both mind and body. Number 1 helps build independence and self-worth. Sorry for that typo. Not based on what one owns or acquires on a material level. The combined energies, 14-5, are here not only to teach how freedom mirrors discipline, but also to gain the confidence to explore and allow the creative process to take place, preferably in a step-by-step process. Having the discipline to weather the ups and downs of life and how easy it is to be distracted and stimulated by the outside forces. Depending on other factors and numbers, the individual could struggle with commitments to a relationship. Often having a fire sign or rising sign, and those fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, would add to this tendency and this difficulty. Again, we have to look at the whole chart and the other numbers and the life path numbers to really get a good look at this tendency. But I do find that the 14 fives are usually late bloomers and don't like to commit, get married until later in life. When feeling scattered and confused, the 14-5 individual benefits from any physical activities and or meditation, Tai Chi, and yoga. So please let me know if you have any information or anything that you would like me to add information on, or maybe explain a little further. I know this seemed to be a little bit complex because the 14-5 is a complex individual. As I said earlier, it is a karmic number. So thanks everyone for joining me. I know it's the weekend. I hope everyone is enjoying it and enjoying the summer months. Let me see if I can straighten this up. There you go. Bye everyone. Take care. We'll talk again soon.